This video is proudly sponsored by Squarespace. Stick around until the end of the video to learn more about a deal they're making available through my channel.
Let's get the elephant out of the room. You don't need any supplements in order to build lots of muscle and feel amazing. You can, and probably should, start off without using supplements if you're a beginner. That said, for the right person, a few supplements can make a big difference and help to optimize yourself and get a little extra edge out of your training. It's going to be different for everyone, but I'm going to share some of the supplements that have helped me to think and feel much better. These are things that will improve your physical performance. They'll help you to gain a little bit more muscle, recover slightly better, but also improve your energy levels and your mental clarity and focus. What you'll find is actually a lot of things that boost physical performance also have cognitive benefits, including some classic supplements that you likely didn't know had as many benefits for the entire body beyond just training. So let's start with an obvious one, creatine, not the most exciting supplement, but actually maybe it should be. Creatine recycles used ATP, that's adenosine triphosphate, so that you can use it again. And this gives you just a little bit more energy before you switch energy systems. Basically meaning you can get an extra rep out of your training in some cases, or stay on the treadmill just for a little bit longer. This is really useful, obviously, for increasing your work capacity, but it also has other benefits. Creatine increases water retention in the muscles and can add some visible muscle mass. Different people respond to this differently, but for me personally, it is actually quite a visible change. And when I'm using creatine, I look bulkier. But it goes way beyond this. Because creatine increases your ability to use energy efficiently, it actually also boosts brain function. And studies have shown that using creatine can actually increase your IQ by a couple of points. Obviously an imperfect measure of intelligence, but still there's something useful going on here. Beyond that, it can also raise DHT, dihydrotestosterone. Some people are concerned that this is then going to lead to hair loss, but there's no evidence to suggest this is the case, and that hair loss is only going to occur if you already have a genetic predisposition. And on top of that, it can also boost satellite cells, which is a way to increase muscle mass, not only in the short term, but potentially in the long term, as you increase your ability to synthesize protein and build muscle. So yeah, creatine, really important. You can get it from meat, but it's much easier and more convenient to take a supplement. Similarly, omega-3 fatty acid, nothing new, but it does way more than you might have realized. Now, one of the main things that omega-3 is popular for is increasing cell membrane permeability. That means that these cell walls allow things to pass through slightly more easily, and this can improve things like cell transmission, so that you can actually increase the speed of your cognition, potentially, again, boosting IQ. At the same time, it can also reduce inflammation. If you have too much omega-6 compared with omega-3, then you're going to have inflammation. And because a lot of people get far more omega-6 in their diet than omega-3, taking omega-3 can reduce inflammation, not only helping you to reduce pain and discomfort, potentially also combating things like brain fog, because inflammation in the brain may contribute to brain fog. And on top of that, omega-3 can also do pretty much all kinds of things. It can improve myelination, it can thicken the insulation of the axons of your cells, your neurons, allowing once again transmissions to go through more efficiently. Omega-3 is something that should be in your diet, great for brain function, also potentially useful for building muscle. So one you're less likely to have heard of necessarily is magnesium threonate. So magnesium threonate is a form of magnesium that's been shown to more effectively cross the blood-brain barrier. And the reason we're interested in this is because that in turn makes it once again useful for enhancing brain plasticity. Brain plasticity, again, being essentially the adaptability of the brain, the ability to learn new things and to change in response to experience, which is huge in terms of cognitive performance. At the same time, magnesium is a very important ingredient when it comes to synthesizing testosterone. So if you want to boost your testosterone levels, then magnesium, along with zinc, is one of the first things to look at. And I personally feel as though magnesium threonate does elevate my testosterone. Could be placebo, but I do feel a little bit more spring in my step, and let's just say in the mornings, I need to stay in bed a little bit longer before I get up and greet my children. Finally, magnesium, of course, is very good for relaxing the muscles. Many people take it before bed for this reason, to help them get to sleep, but in general, it can aid with recovery and help to combat stress.
So I've mentioned a couple of supplements here that can boost testosterone, but I do just want to take a moment to say, don't focus on that too much. I think a lot of people waste a lot of time chasing ways to optimize their testosterone production, thinking it's going to make them suddenly super strong and energetic and masculine, whereas in reality, a little bit of testosterone isn't going to make a huge difference for most people, and most supplements aren't going to do all that much to your levels. Yeah, you might be barking up the wrong tree if you spend too much time worrying about all these ways to optimize testosterone when you should just be working out.
When thinking about what kind of supplements you want to take, it's important to know what the end goal is, what you want to feel like at the end. And I think a mistake is to want to feel, energized and buzzed. And this isn't the right way to go. This is why I don't personally get on particularly well with pre-workouts. If you're feeling buzzed, then you're not performing naturally. On the other hand, if your supplementation, your nutrition, your recovery is all on point, you should just feel like you on like a really good day where you don't notice yourself feeling sluggish. And to that end, I really like these two products. I've talked about them before, phosphatidylserine and inositol. And these are both things that I find can really help with things like burnout, and even they've been shown to improve ADHD symptoms. So in the case of inositol, it increases the density of neurotransmitter receptors in the brain, basically the parts of your neurons that react to neurotransmitters. These can be diminished through things like overtraining or even the use of other supplements. And by having more of these, you react better to the neurotransmitters flowing through your brain. So this is a great way to get a boost without actually just, artificially elevating something like a dopamine. And meanwhile, phosphatidylserine can improve your natural production of some of these chemicals. So yeah, in general, focusing more on recovery can be a really good strategy, because if you recover better, you can train harder and feel better and perform better. And phosphatidylserine in particular has been shown to improve recovery from exercise-induced stress. So if you're someone who finds yourself often burning out or overtraining, then this might be a good thing to take as well. One supplement that's been getting a lot of attention lately is alpha-GPC. This is a choline source, and your brain uses choline to produce acetylcholine. This is a primary neurotransmitter, basically allows for more action within the brain, communication between brain cells, so it can again improve your focus, but also because acetylcholine is so important for the neuromuscular junction, it may also improve strength and force production. In fact, one study found that using a little bit of alpha-GPC could improve jump height by 8.5%. Now, there's a little bit of concern that over time, alpha-GPC usage could elevate TMAO levels, but the evidence surrounding this is inconclusive. I think if you're using just a little bit as part of a pre-workout or just an additional supplement, it's not going to be an issue for most people.
So this is the only thing that I use as a sort of pre-workout, but I do recommend you do your own research here. And again, that goes for everything on this list.
Of course, there are loads of honorable mentions. Most people are going to benefit from taking an extra protein source, for example, like whey protein. This just makes it a convenient way to get protein. You don't need a protein shake. But if you want a more convenient and affordable way to get more protein in your diet, that's a really good option. Vitamin D is really good, improves testosterone production, bone strength. At the same time, things like vitamin B complex can be really useful. There's loads out there. Like I say, you don't need any of them. But many people are going to find they have some kind of deficiency, or they respond particularly well to something. So don't spend loads of money on a massive supplement stack, but sometimes experimenting can be worthwhile.
Things like the protein shake, the creatine, the omega-3 fatty acid, I think everyone can benefit from. Some of these options are more things that I've had some use with, but they won't be useful for everyone, like the phosphatidylserine and the inositol. And that's something to bear in mind. Supplements react differently to different people. You won't know if something's going to be effective for you until you try it. But if you feel great, then you probably don't need it.
Let me know what supplements you guys take in the description down below. I'd love to hear it. Thank you so much for watching this one, guys. Huge thanks to Grant for filming. He's done an awesome job as usual. Check out the link to his channel in the description down below. And I'll see you next time. Thanks a ton for watching. Bye for now.
But what are you going to do with that brain now that it's optimized for productivity and performance? Well, how about building a website? With today's sponsor, Squarespace, anyone can build a website with zero coding skills necessary. The first thing you'll do is pick from a huge selection of modern, adaptable templates, which takes no time at all. From there, you can customize your site and add a whole slew of professional features. You can easily publish posts or schedule them for later. There's a fully integrated commenting system with threaded replies, likes, and more. There's advanced member management. There's social media integration, so you can display your social posts directly on your homepage. You can even generate revenue with members-only gated content. Or how about selling products via powerful e-commerce tools? If you need even more features, you can pick from a huge number of plugins. Examples include sales tax reconciliation, streamlined bookkeeping, tracking for international shipping, and inventory management. The sky is the limit with Squarespace, and I genuinely believe everyone can benefit from having their own website, whether that's for your personal use, to kickstart your career, or to set up a side hustle. Go to squarespace.com to find out more, and when you're ready to get started, go to squarespace.com/Bioneer to get 10% off the purchase of your first website or domain. Thanks again to Squarespace, and bye for now.